quickest intro ever. Go.
Hey, this is Jason.
Hey, this is Sean Hayes.
Hi, it's Will.
And this is SmartLess.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
Hey, Jason here.
Hey, Sean here.
Hey, it's Will here. And the
And
producers.
this is-
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going quick because the
SmartLess,
producers, they
SmartLess,
wanted a
SmartLess.
what? They wanted a really
So
quick
let's
intro.
get on to it. Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Go. SmartLess.
Quicker, please.
Hey, listener, you are listening to the quickest intro for SmartLess yet.
Hi, listener. It's Sean.
Jason,
Hi, it's Will.
and it's SmartLess.
This is a show we do. It's called SmartLess. It's a podcast. where we
Wait,
talk.
Sean.
That was already too long.
That's already too long.
Here we go.
Hey, ready? Here we go. Hey, listener. My name is Sean,
Jason here.
Will.
and this is a podcast that we do where we talk to people about stuff. Ready?
It's called SmartLess, and here we go.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Hey, listener, you're about to hear the quickest intro for SmartLess yet.
It's
I'm-
SmartLess.
It's SmartLess.
And I'm...
Almost.
Hey, listener, you're about to hear the quickest intro for SmartLess yet. I'm Jason.
Sean.
Will.
SmartLess.
Nice.
I just want to use that whole take.
Hey, guys. It's been a while. We haven't seen each other in like a week.
I know.
How have you been?
I think it was just a day or so ago, wasn't it?
Oh,
Wasn't it?
was it really?
Was it?
No, it was like a week ago.
It was at the weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so maybe that was like 4 or 5 days ago.
What's today? Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Well, you know, my days off are Mondays, and Scotty and I went to the Field Museum here in Chicago,
Yeah.
which is, you know, you go see. Like,
Oh, it's where all the old fields are.
Yeah.
no,
No?
Jason's being funny.
Fields of Dream.
No, you go. There's like the dinosaur stuff, and you learn about, and you see how the Earth started, like it's from the very beginning, and it was like it's really cool to see the dinosaur bones up close.
You don't believe the evolution garbage, do you?
No,
Okay. Good.
no,
so you're looking at
so the dinosaur stuff, and I was like, and I always wonder, like, are those the actual bones? They can't be, right?
Right.
So then they have those guys with the picture with the cameras that come up to you like at amusement parks, right? Where they take your picture and they're like, wow, we're gonna charge you. And I was like, I just held up my phone. I was like, I'll just take my own photo,
rude.
right?
You know, these guys got to make a living too, Sean.
I know.
Jason just turned 53.
Yeah,
Three.
Not just.
And Amanda said that they still get frisky, but she refers to him as Dinosaur Bone. So
Yeah. Meaning,
yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, it's not a bad question or observation, Sean.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with it for a minute here. And
About the real
and-
bones, you mean?
Yeah, because so they do go through, the archaeologists, they go through there and they pick and they sweep and they brush
That's
and
right.
they pull them
right.
out. And then what do they do with them? They
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
have to encase them and complete them in some form.
Right.
And so the real stuff is probably underneath some sort of sheath of plastic that is meant to look like a bone, right?
Right, but here's my thing. Why rope the area off if it's not the real bones?
Because it makes it feel like it's real and a little bit more of an ooh and an ah effect.
I don't know.
Will, anything?
Don't you find that stuff interesting?
Will doesn't even want to play with this nonsense. Okay,
It's so, to be honest.
You don't like museums. You don't like museums.
Please
no,
don't lie.
Just listening.
Please don't lie, and no
Listening
more.
here is it's like it's conjecture junction. You know, it's just like I think that maybe that. Just look it up for fuck's sake. You know
I know.
what
I gotta look it up.
Hey, you know what else, Sean?
Hmm.
The folks behind the glass in the what do you call it? The what do you call it behind the glass where they have the sort of the pictures of the animals? It's the real setting.
Oh, like
though.
like a diorama.
Right. They're not real either.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the guy with the heavy brow, not breathing.
No, but they did have these animals behind the glass, and then when I
I
walked in,
know,
I said to Scotty, I'm like, is that like the real thing that they just stuffed it from like 200 BC?
Also a decent question.
Well, why are you cranky today?
I don't know. I'm hungry.
Uh-oh, you want to
Dinner-
pause and go grab a bar?
It's dinner time.
It's not dinner time.
now Sean's going to start getting it. You know, listener, Sean's making us jump through
impossible hoops
Yeah,
to
impossible.
continue bringing
you
you
can't riddle me
the
with guilt
joy
again.
and the ear candy that is SmartLess. We're recording this at 5 p.m.
I eat
Okay.
dinner.
Yeah, but when do we
Who
usually
works
do
at
it?
5 p.m.?
Not me.
Everybody.
Oh. Usually it's a nice morning thing when we've got our attitude, our
I know.
energy,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
By the way, we can do mornings riddled with guilt about it. Ready? Here we
No,
go.
don't. You're an easy target.
Let's get to the guest. Yes, I'm so excited that you guys are gonna be.
Nothing more about museums?
First of all, I've never heard somebody describe themselves as so excited with less excitement.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Oh my God! What about our guest?
No, about yourself. About yourself.
Oh.
I'm so excited too.
No, I'm so excited. No, this guy, I can't wait to just get his.
Is it somebody with more intelligence than us that can shine a light
far
on
more
the whole on the
intelligence.
bone
Far more
thing and
intelligence.
the
That's
All
the
of
other
us put
thing too.
together.
I gotta say that's the other thing too. Is that I sometimes I get nervous about we go down these holes about info before we know who the guest is, and I'm like,
Right.
this person thinks we're fucking idiots.
yeah, that's why they're
Well,
here.
that ship has sailed.
That's why they're here because there's no threat coming
Yeah,
on here.
there's
You know?
So listen, I'm super excited. I've been a fan of this guy for a very, very, very long time. He's had two very popular shows back to back, where the first one ran from 1993 to 2002. That's 9 years, and then the next one, which ran from 2003 to present day, which is almost 20 years.
Kelsey Grammer?
No. He's asked me on his show a couple times, but like a tiny, tiny coward, I was too scared because newsflash, I'm not the brightest bulb, and I feared people might just start to pick up on that. He started his career as a stand-up and an actor, but thank God he tossed out the actor part. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where to get my news of the week from. Guys, it's the super funny, super smart Bill Maher.
Hello.
Oh, Bill Maher. Christ, Bill can tell
Look
us
at this
about
guy.
bones and stuff.
Yes.
Bill's super smart.
Yeah, but not about bones.
Come on. Bill,
Hey.
are the folks in the diorama real? They're not real, are they?
No, but I have fond memories of my childhood making dioramas. That was the whole thing. I wonder if kids even know what that word is, or do they do that anymore? Or can you do it on your phone?
I needed help.
I used to make them. I used to make those little things all the time.
Yeah.
With the little people inside, and you hang them on a
I
string.
wish I saved them. I could have sold them on eBay now for great money.
Bill, I want to say to you, first of all, thank you for coming on. And as you know, I've emailed you through the years. We've chatted through the years. I hold you in the highest regard. I've never, ever missed one episode of Real Time with Bill
And
Maher.
I appreciate that. And I love you too,
That's
by the
pretty
way.
close to my record.
Yeah.
I mean, I am truly a fan of all you guys.
You're a nice man.
But I like Sean the best.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
A lot. And we also had dinner once.
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was
We had a
great.
date.
I loved it.
Was it at Koi? Was it at Koi? Was it at Koi?
No, it was not a koi.
It was a chin chin.
No, it was at Piccolino.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, the
Yes.
little
Oh,
place
yeah.
on Robertson.
On Robertson, yeah.
You
Yeah.
wore green. I wore red. Ah, yes, I remember it well. Now, come on, Sean, you could sing that one. You're a master of the musical theater.
Come on,
right?
Sean.
Me. No, now this show, SmartLess, is the opposite of Real Time in
True.
that we ask the most mundane, dumbest questions you can possibly think of. And here's one now. I've always wanted to ask you this, but as someone who's as bright as you are, as incredibly quick-witted as you are, how did you end up in the world of political commentary when you could have pursued other political avenues? What drew you to politics and build a life around your career around politics?
Well, yeah, I was drawn to a career in show business, not a career in politics. And of course, I don't have a career in politics, but politics as the fodder, the clay I was working with, I think comes from my childhood. My father was a newsman, radio news.
Oh.
So, yeah, my father was in news. So we talked about that. It was in my household. It was just part of what seeped into me. That was my household. I don't think that was the typical household. So I always knew what was going on politically. I always read the newspaper, even as a teenager.
Oh, wow.
What part of the world was that, Bill? Where did you grow up?
That was the part called New Jersey.
Okay.
So then it was always an interest for you, and then did it just sort of naturally find its way into your comedy?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're first doing stand up, of course, you will say anything to get a laugh.
Yeah.
Laughter is oxygen when you're on stage, and you're like a fish flopping on the dock.
Yeah.
You're gasping for air. So anything that will get a laugh, you will say, and I did, and we all did. But I slowly gravitated. I mean, my act now, I have a special coming out, HBO, my 13th, if you can believe it, and I'm only
Wow,
40.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
amazing.
Do you have a date on that yet?
I think that's April 15th that drops, as the kids say.
Sure.
But, there's a good amount of politics in it, and there's a lot of stuff in it that's not political, because, I'm a stand-up first. I'm always drawn to that, and I'm always drawn, as you can see from this conversation, I'm always going to try to wheel it into something a little more substantive. That's just my nature.
Yeah, I'm so glad you do.
So I feel like I'm fucking up your show.
No,
please
but
don't.
that's okay.
No.
Like, I guess that explains a lot, because what you've done in sort of, dare I say, the late night space, if you will, and just indulge me for a second, is that you've kind of taken what a lot of people did. You had these guys and a lot of amazing, funny guys that we all looked up to, or whether it's Letterman or Carson or whatever, and they would have moments where they'd touch on the news and what was going on. You took that slice and you grew it, and that became, as you said, the fodder for all your stuff, and that certainly struck a chord with people, because people were like, yeah, I want to talk more about that shit. I want to make fun of it. I want to talk about the absurdity of it. I want to talk about it in serious ways. And I want to engage these people on either side of the aisle in ways that is not confrontational, but certainly stripped down and feels like, hey, fuck the bullshit. Just talk to me for real for once. Give me a fucking, what I love is the give me a fucking break aspect of your show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I was, when I was in the clubs and starting out, I wanted to be more Johnny Carson. We all did. We wanted to host that kind of, broad vaudevillian variety show. But as I got older, I was like, no, I don't want to talk to, fucking sitcom players. No offense to the people here.
Hi.
Why would we?
My show is not a celebrity driven show, unless you think Andrew Sullivan, and the governor of Montana are celebrities. It's a political. It's most. We do have celebrities on,
but informed
often.
Ones.
Yeah, informed ones, or just ones. Steve Martin and Martin Short did it last year. Howard Stern has done it at the top as a one-on-one interview. Any of you guys could do it if you wanted to, but I know you don't.
Please.
That's fine too. But it's mostly for people who want to understand what happened during the last week and have someone explain to them with their perspective.
It's great.
Hey, Bill, how do you stay educated? You're so courageous that you have, you could have these idiots on if you want, dummies like us, but you don't. You have people that are incredibly well informed, and you go up against them at times if you don't agree with them. And to do that in an intelligent way, which you have done for God knows how many years, you need to be incredibly well informed. Where do you find the time to do that? Where do
I've always wondered that too.
Oh, yeah, Bill, please tell these two guys about the marvels of reading.
Yeah, first of all, you guys, stop with the false modesty, though. We're just stupid guys. You're not. You're very bright guys. You have very successful.
We'd like to be brighter in some other areas. I certainly love to be brighter in politics like you are. But how do you do it?
I'm not buying your I'm so stupid act. You're not stupid, and no one thinks you're stupid. But as far as keeping up, it is a bit of what's a challenge nowadays is to read anything where you think, oh, okay, that's the full story.
Right.
My problem with media is that everybody's in their own little silo now. If I see something on MSNBC, and Fox, I don't really ever watch Fox, but if I do, I know it's only half the story. It's like, oh, okay, there's something I know you're not telling me because it doesn't feed into your narrative. Because the media is it's not about truth anymore. It's about, this is our narrative. So is what you're telling me true? Well, it's probably partly true, but I'd have to really work hard to find out the full story. That's what pisses me off about the media.
So then you got to read 2 or 3 articles to make sure it's fully vetted, or I'm sure you're fully staffed and all that.
Right. You cannot trust anybody to give you the full story. Very few, anyway.
By the way, just recently, not even before I knew you were doing this, I rewatched your first appearance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and it was fantastic.
Wow.
And even then, you didn't shy away from everything that we started talking about, politics, sex, religion, whatever it is. And I love that joke that you
Did
said.
you say sexy religion? Because what's your
Sexy religion.
What's your sex? What do you think's the sexiest religion?
No, but wait.
Let's go around the horn.
Now that's a good
Let's
question.
go around the horn.
What is
We'll
the
go around. What do
sexiest-
you think is the sexiest religion?
And we will be right back. SmartLess is brought to you by Hunter Douglas. He just put it in his bag and he brought it right to you. Who doesn't love to live well, Sean?
I do.
To be perfectly at ease and in comfort and in style.
You're talking about me.
Yeah, well, Hunter Douglas can help you do just that with their innovative window shade designs, gorgeous fabrics, and control systems so advanced, Sean. They can be scheduled to automatically adjust to their optimal position throughout the day.
Oh, Jason, perhaps it's the way the shades diffuse harsh sunlight to cast a beautiful glow across the room or your face, or being able to enjoy the view outside the window while protecting your privacy inside.
The superior insulation that the shades provide, really, I mean, they keep you warmer in the winter, they keep you cooler in the summer, and they lower your utility bills.
Or is it simply that Goldilocks moment when you walk into a room and everything about it looks and feels just right?
So true. And when you tap into Hunter Douglas Power View technology, your shades can be set, as I said, to automatically reposition for the perfect balance of light, privacy, and insulation. That's morning, noon, and night.
Yeah, and guys, if you are thinking about getting a Hunter Douglas, I promise you won't be disappointed. You got to go to the website and check it out. They're gorgeous, and they do everything we just talked about.
Got to get them. Live beautifully with Hunter Douglas, enjoying greater convenience, enhanced style, and increased comfort in your home throughout the day.
Visit hunterdouglas.com/smartless today for your free Style Gets Smarter design guide with fresh takes, creative ideas, and smart solutions for dressing your windows. That's hunterdouglas.com/smartless for your free design guide.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. People don't always realize that physical symptoms like headaches, teeth grinding, and even digestive issues can be indicators of stress. And let's not forget about doom scrolling, gang. Sleeping too little, sleeping too much, undereating, overeating. I mean, it can be any number of things. I've noticed that, little tiny things like I lost all the hair on my right arm. These were things I was wondering what was going on, but sure enough, it was stress. And when I lost my right eyebrow, oh, hang on a second. Am I just screwing with my Zoom filters? Listen, stress does show up in all kinds of ways. And in a world that's telling you to do more, sleep less, and grind all the time, here's your reminder to take care of yourself, do less, maybe try some therapy, okay? Now, BetterHelp's customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. And it's much more affordable than in-person therapy. Give it a try. See if online therapy can help lower your stress. SmartLess listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/SmartLess. That's BetterHelp.com/SmartLess.
SmartLess is supported by Storyworth. You know, Sean and I have been friends for years. And I don't want to say the number out loud because it makes me sound really old, but it's a long time. And one day we were chatting, and he just kind of dropped something offhand, a story that I'd never heard before. And it got me wondering, how many other stories don't I know? And that is why I love Storyworth. Storyworth is an online service that helps you and your loved ones connect through sharing stories and memories, and it preserves them for years to come. Every week, Storyworth emails your Sean or your mom or your dad or your family member a thought-provoking question of your choice from a vast pool of possible options. And then each unique prompt asks questions that you've never thought of, like what's some of the best advice that Sean gave you? Or if you were to do it all over again, what would you do differently? And so what it revealed to me about Sean was how close he still is to his own family. And I didn't realize his own connection to his own siblings so much. We talk about Tracy, but I didn't realize how close they were and how in each other's lives they were. And it was really revealing to me, and it told me a lot about how important family is to Sean. and even his relationship with his mom and the memory of his mom, how important it is to him. And it was really touching because I, too, consider my connection to my own family to be really important. And for us to be able to bond over that and really kind of connect the dots and find the similarities was amazing. So give all the Seans or the moms or the dads or the siblings in your life a meaningful gift you'll both cherish for years. Storyworth. Right now, for limited time, you'll save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/smartless. That's STORYWORTH.com/smartless to save $10 on your first purchase. Storyworth.com/smartless.
And now back to the show.
Hey, Bill, if you were going to do a show that wasn't about politics, what other subject captures your fancy?
Say show tunes. Say show tunes.
No, I started a podcast. I don't know when this is airing. It may have started.
Oh yeah, it's
airing.
called Club Random.
Club Random.
Club Random.
Tell us about what it is.
Well, it's funny because what you just said, the last, I would say, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, people have been saying to me, like we're out to dinner or something, and they'd be like, you should do a podcast. And I'd say, what are you talking about? I have a show. Why would I do a podcast? And they're like, because we just had this dinner and you know, you were so interesting on all these topics and they're not things that you talk about on your show. You know, we were talking about sex and romance and bliss and that and health and all these other things. And I'd like to hear you talk about that. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then it got to be kind of a drumbeat. So I finally went, oh, maybe I am being thick about this. And I have this place here.
Right.
And there's a little funky old clubhouse on it. I shot there when we were doing the show real time, when we were doing it during the pandemic. That's where we shot the interviews. And it's kind of it's got a pool table and a bar. It's really kind of cool. And we kind of, at some point, it became Club Random and made it kind of into a club.
And we get your no bullshit approach to many, many subjects and topics. Yeah, good.
Yeah, so I can just sit down and talk with people one-on-one. I mean, my show is mostly a panel show. It's either me straight to camera or it's a panel. There's not a lot. There's one at the top, but it's brief and it's very often somebody like a governor or somebody, you know, a little more formal.
You do great with those, though. Those are awesome.
You guys would be good on this.
Yeah.
Come over to Club Random. Will, it's across the fucking street.
I know. It's so close.
By the way, and it would be less political than this is, because this is not political.
Let me ask you, speaking of Club Random and your podcast, where does Jimmy Vallely fit? The great Jimmy Vallely fit into all of this?
Yeah.
You know, we all love Jimmy Vallely.
Well, you know, he's my best friend for 40 years.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You know,
Yeah.
we go to Hawaii every year together for the last 11 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
great.
oh, yeah.
Oh my
and I
God, I
know
love
he
him.
is the axis of wonderful as far as Arrested Development goes, which one of my favorite shows of all time. And of course, I'm sure that's why you two guys are so close, is because all those years.
It's
Yeah.
certainly not why Sean hangs out with us. You know, he's never seen an episode.
No.
Right. But I mean, that show was genius and you guys were genius on it. I mean, really, that's one of my faves. I can watch them over and over. They're so dense.
They're so dense.
Really. Have you met Mitch? You must have met Mitch.
Yes,
Hurwitz.
Of course he knows Mitch.
I have, because Jimmy has these salons in his backyard, especially when the pandemic was going on and we could only sit outside. And I gave him that name. I said, you should call it a salon, and that we would have people. Mitch was always there. I know Mitch
Isn't
very
he the
well.
greatest? Those two guys, two of the greatest guys in the world.
I don't know. Like, I always picture you just reading constantly. I can't picture you sitting do you watch a lot of shows and movies and stuff where you're like, I'd rather read something.
Yeah. Watching TV, first of all, TV, the kids today don't understand how wonderful and amazing and vital TV is. Some of them don't even have them. They watch the thing, whatever they watch on their phone. I have a big-ass, nice, gorgeous TV at the end of my bed. The end of my day is always watching TV. I must watch TV at the end of the day for at least an hour, at least.
Mindless stuff?
No, not disturbing. I once watched an episode of The Sopranos where Joey Pants beat the shit out of a hooker, and I couldn't sleep that whole night. It was terrible. So nothing like that.
So
But,
will you watch like reality TV? Like,
well, I have a very bad attention span, so I'll watch 20 minutes of 5 different things.
Right.
You know?
But then that's what I'm saying. Like where then? But that's what I'm saying. Like what if we were to hang out at your house from 5 because it's not late to 10 o'clock at night, and your attention span, where does it go to if it's not watching something like that? Do you go read then, or do you like?
Let me give you my schedule. During the week when Real Time is in production, I work every night. I never go out during the week. I'm working on the show every night. I mean, that is either reading or writing. Yeah. Monday is a heavy writing night. Thursday, the night before the show. It takes a lot of hours to put that show together. It takes like 20 hours just to put the final editorial together, which is about 6 to 8 minutes. But so I like that. I like working. Now we do the podcast Wednesday after like at 6 to 8 because I like it dark in Club Random.
Sure,
there's a night feel.
Nobody likes to go to a daytime club. Like that's the whole thing about when they try Saint Tropez. It's like a daytime club. Now fuck off with the daytime champagne.
Unless you've stayed up all night.
I guess that's different. Of course, that's the exception.
Have you ever been to a Las Vegas? Pool party in the day?
No.
Oh, you do have a lot of kids. Well, okay. It's like they have these pool parties, all the hotels, where the people, and you can tell, it's like noon. They haven't been to sleep yet. They're standing in the pool. It's 110 degrees, no sunscreen. The guys have been on steroids, because they're big, muscly men. Yeah. I mean, they have drunk a boatload of liquor. They probably... snorted coke off somebody's ass through a dirty $20 bill, and they're fine. Stop worrying about COVID, okay?
Right. Now, I got out of the party game right before bottle service started. Can you walk me through bottle service and how that caught on? Because and tell me if I have this right. The only way to book a table at a club is if you commit to bottle service, which is a bottle of really nice vodka.
Can I just say, I'm so fucking glad we're recording this. Keep going.
$5,000 gets you the bottle of vodka, 4 glasses, and a bucket of ice, and you can have the booth. Is that about right?
Well, Jason, I also have not been in clubs except my own Club Random for many, many years.
And that's April 15th? Is that April 15th?
No, that's the special. That's my HBO stand-up special.
Sorry, I get so confused.
The podcast may already be on by the time.
Sorry, Bill, you still have to walk Jason through what a club is.
No, bottle service in
bottle
particular.
Service.
The
I know
big
what
number.
Bottle service is. Yes,
it's big number.
It's not that complicated. They're trying to get you to spend a lot of money to buy a good
Who
table.
would ever say yes to spend $5,000 on a bottle of vodka and a
tons
booth?
Tons of people.
Douchebags in clubs who want to impress girls with their daddy's money.
But how is it $5,000? You'd think 500 would be about the ceiling. They went to $5,000.
No,
or at a minimum.
No, it's guys who have fleeced sovereign wealth funds and they're living over here going to college.
There's that many of them?
Right. There's so many trust fund babies out here in California, in Los Angeles. If you ever go out, and I don't go out to places like that and haven't for many, many years, but it's all that. It's all these kids who could not possibly have that kind of money at that age, except it's their daddy's money, and they're spending it freely.
Do you like Vegas, Bill? Do you like playing there? Do you like? Do you gamble when you go?
I do not gamble, but I play it. I've been at the Mirage for about the last 5 years. About 6 times a year. I love that. It's a great room. It's a great hotel. The audience, I went from hating the audience because when I first played Las Vegas, I was an opening act. I opened for Diana Ross in 1982, and it was painful. Wow. First of all, that was like the dead ball era in Vegas. It was, like the end of the Rat Pack. Like Sinatra was there, but he was 80, and there was no nightclubs. It was just not fun, and they didn't know who I was. I'm just some poor schmuck standing in front of the crowd for 20 minutes waiting while they filed in for Diana Ross. And now it's like the hippest crowd in the country. Yes.
Wow.
Part of it is it's a city in itself now, Las Vegas. It's a fairly big city, so you can draw a good percentage of the crowd from locals. But also just like that's who's going to go see me. I mean, Vegas, there's plenty of other options. They could see fucking Magic or a dolphin or some shit if they wanted to. But if they're coming to my show, they want that. Right. And I would play it twice as much if I could.
How come you don't gamble? Was there a bad situation? That's why I don't do it anymore. But do you just never attracted to it, or did you get hurt?
I mean, it's just they call it gambling. They should just call it losing money slowly.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
why?
I'm with you, but I hate losing money.
I need you to walk me through this. How is it so hard? It's basically a 50-50 proposition on most bets.
No,
I mean,
no.
You could bet.
Of course,
You
it's
could,
not.
You could sit in the sports bet. You could sit in the sports book. It's 50-50.
It's not. Nothing is 50-50. Come on. That's why the house is making money. Are you kidding?
Here's why I think the house makes money. The reason the house makes money is because everybody leaves to go to Vegas with a committed amount of money they're willing to lose, and they don't leave the table until they lose that money. If you think about what you're willing to win and leave when you hit that number, then you'd make money. That's my theory.
The reason they make money is because the odds are slightly in their favor. And if you have millions and millions of bets, even if it's 51-49, over time, you're going to make a fortune and other people are going to lose their house.
That's why I think it's depressing. You say you love playing Vegas. I'm like, it's so depressing to go there. I see people losing everything they have.
Wait a second. Sean, I've been to Vegas with you before, and you're like fucking splitting aces and again, and all of a sudden you've got $3,500 on a hand, and you're like, hit it all.
This is true.
You want to talk fucking depressing. Have you ever been to Atlantic City and you see people go and they win at the roulette table? Roulette in Vegas, everybody's having a blast, and they're all hugging each other. It's like a commercial, right? And everybody's hooting, hollering, high-fiving. In Atlantic City, it's like they win and they're like, phew. Because I can't take another week, being on the fucking
right.
Bill, you said dead ball. That was a reference to baseball. Yes, you're a big baseball fan. I feel like yes.
Yes, I was a minority owner of the Mets up until last year.
Yeah,
for 10
years.
That.
That's cool.
But it's much nicer now because I don't have to worry about the finances. Like, it was horrible during the pandemic because we didn't play the first 100 games of 2020. Yeah. And then when we did play the last 60, there was no one in the stands buying hot dogs. So
how did that come about, you getting an opportunity to get a piece of it, and then how did it come about you divesting?
Well, I read about it in the paper. It was a front page story in the New York Times in 2011. The Mets were in great financial trouble, and they were selling, it said 40% of the team. They were looking for about 8 or 10 investors, and it said how much it might cost. And I was like, I don't have alimony or kids or stupid hobbies. I don't collect cars or motorcycles or paintings or jewelry or hookers or cocaine. I've actually saved my pennies, and I could actually do this. But I was like sure that there were going to be 1,000 people richer than me who'd be online first. No. It was like still there a month later. The Mets had such a stink on them at the time, and I was like, well, you know what? Sports teams never go down in value, especially the baseball franchise in New York.
Right.
So what did you do? Did you just sell it? Did you just sell it last year?
Well, Steve Cohen, now the richest owner in baseball, he came in and bought the whole team. So he bought it from the majority owners, the Wilpons, and then he bought out all the minority owners. We didn't have a choice, and I didn't want a choice. I was so glad to be out of it because, again, now I can just be a fan. I don't have to worry about their labor problems or the Mets having a losing year and losing money. And,
Did you make a little bit, or did you lose a little bit?
I made a lot.
Oh, great. Good.
But even with what I lost during the pandemic, because, again, I knew that a team...
Right.
But this is the National League franchise in New York. They're not making anymore. And baseball is so woven into people's, my father and I went to the first game, and that you're never going to be able to put a value on that. But teams just always go up. So I think what the Mets were valued at when I bought in was like $750 million, which was way low. And then they sold for like $2.4 billion or something.
Wow. After how many years?
Like 10.
Wow. And did Seinfeld buy a piece of it too? He's a big Mets fan too, isn't he?
He didn't want it.
He didn't want it?
No, he should have. He's way richer than me.
Yeah.
Now, did you have voting rights? Could you like email the GM and say, draft this guy?
No, but I was invited to the owners' meetings. I went to one. It was so boring. It was a lot about parking and hot dogs. And, it was just, It's like, oh God, I wish I never
Parking
showed
hot
up.
dogs.
Yeah, it was really boring.
Did you ever, just for a goof, try to recommend some shitty idea about a mascot or something just to see if you get a reaction?
No,
No?
I didn't want to piss them off. It was great. I had a parking spot. You'd go in the special entrance. You had a box.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it was fantastic.
This is my dream.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
This episode of SmartLess is brought to you in part by ZipRecruiter. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more information about them. I think it's a great idea to keep learning new skills. For instance, I love prison films, and I always watch these prisoners whittle stuff. They always seem to like whittling things, and so I went ahead and started whittling. I'm learning how to whittle, and pretty good at it. So if you're always learning, it keeps you sharp. Like ZipRecruiter. Their AI is always learning. You see what I did there? They don't need to learn how to whittle. They need to learn how to help you, help yourself, help you hire good people. So if you are hiring, their AI gets better and faster at finding the right candidates for all of your roles. And right now, you can try it for the low cost of free at ZipRecruiter.com/smartless. ZipRecruiter uses its powerful technology to find and match the right candidates up with your job. Then it proactively presents these candidates to you. You can easily review these recommended candidates and invite your top choices to apply for your job, which encourages them to apply faster. So no wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the U.S. based on G2 ratings. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/smartless. That's ZipRecruiter.com/SMARTLESS. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. SmartLess is supported by Liquid IV. When you push your body too hard or just feel run down, it is extremely important to stay hydrated. I've talked about it for years here on this podcast. If I preach one thing, what is it?
Hydration.
That's right. Making hydration a priority helps us feel better on a day-to-day basis, and just one stick of Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. Liquid IV is made with premium ingredients and contains 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. We all know who we're talking about. It's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV hydration comes in refreshing flavors like watermelon, lemon lime, strawberry, pina colada, and more. Now, I don't drink anymore, but when I want to get banged up on a pina colada, I go to Liquid IV Pina Colada. And if I'm super hydrated, I'm happy. Gang, grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use SmartLess at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code SmartLess at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code SmartLess. We get support from Native. Now, we're big fans of Native, guys. The thoughtful formulation behind all their products is something that we love because they understand that it's not just what's on the inside that counts, but also what's on the outside. You know what I mean? That's why Native is releasing their deodorant that we know and love in new and improved plastic-free packaging. Native is doing their part to help our Earth with their new 100% plastic-free and recyclable packaging. So when you buy Native's new plastic-free recyclable packaged deodorant, you're saving 37 grams of plastic, and you smell pretty good. Just like all of Native's other deodorants, their plastic-free deodorant is aluminum and paraben-free, kills odor-causing bacteria, and has 24-hour odor protection to keep you feeling and smelling fresh. With Native, choose from 10 scents, including their classic coconut and vanilla. Also, their sensitive formulas that are formulated without baking soda, and even the unscented deodorant. Now listen, I took a look at the scent Black Oak and Amber, and I thought, who wants to smell like that? And then I put it up to my nose and I raised my hand.
I said, me, please. And while that hand was up, I stuck that thing under my pit so fast. It shocked my other pit so much, that arm shot up. It's sort of like in a surprise thing. And while that arm was up, I shot it under there again. And so what I did was I went out of the house smelling not only like black oak, but also amber. And I got so many thank yous. Anyway, now are you ready to try plastic-free deodorant? I can see you nodding. So why don't you go to nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SMARTLESS at checkout and get 25% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SMARTLESS at checkout for 20% off your first order. Now go on. Go smell great. All right, back to the show.
Hey, Bill, now speaking of parking hot dogs, do you have a lady in your life? What's going on?
Mom, I told you I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
No, but I was going to ask the same thing, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want. But just as we all are getting older, is any of that changing at all in your brain? Where you're just like, maybe there is something to settling down or something, or absolutely not.
I'll certainly be happy to answer that in the abstract. There's nothing to settling down. For me, it's a very personal thing. Some people like to be settled, and some people like to be married, and some people don't. And I'm one of those people who don't. And, I feel like that's just personal. Whatever concessions that you make for being married, I assume when people keep doing it, there must be some compensating reasons that make it all worthwhile not to have sex.
When you talk about
I can't fucking think of what it is, but I'm sure there must be one.
Yeah. When you talk though about, you're saying about getting, how it doesn't get easier and stuff, what are the things that you think about now that are like bum you out about getting older? I agree with you, by the way. I am feeling that thing of I care less and less what people think. And I honestly, and these guys know, I could give a shit about a lot of stuff, and I have a bad attitude a lot of the time.
Boy.
Yeah.
Take a chill pill, man.
No, man. No, I refuse.
No, I mean, look, thankfully I can do everything I always did pretty much the same. So that has not caught up with me yet. But I am under no illusion that is next. I can't be, I mean, I can still play basketball but like, will that be happening when I'm 80? I don't know. And of course, the other thing about aging that's tough is that let's be honest, you just look worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, you can look good for your age, but it's the corruption of the flesh is just going to happen.
You look great, though. I would say you look better now than you did 20 years ago. And then when you put your glasses on, which you were sort of cutely sheepish about the beginning of this season, you looked fantastic. You wear glasses very well.
Those are good-looking glasses.
Well, I appreciate that because it was speaking of aging, that's a great thing to bring up because even though I understand, and a lot of people said, oh, I like the glasses, for me, there was something about it psychologically. I had been on TV for 28 years without glasses, and somehow that fucked with my head in a giant way. It was like this concession because I'm telling you, for 2 years, I really couldn't see the prompter. If I hadn't written a lot of the material myself, or at least rewrote it, I probably couldn't have gotten through it, and I would go into
use big font?
No, because then you can't get enough writing on the thing. So you have to deal with the normal size font. But I was just, and in rehearsal, I'd be like, I'm sure they were laughing at me behind the cameras because I was just struggling. And I finally I've had 3 LASIKs, so I couldn't go back to that.
Wow.
3.
I had one and loved it.
I've had 2.
So I had to break down and do the glasses.
Were there a couple of years where you were like, just come closer and go wider? Come closer and just go wider? Did that we can't get any closer, Bill?
Yeah, that was it. I did everything I could to forestall it. And then when it happened, it just was something psychological with me. It was like the end of an era. You've passed this milestone. You are officially now. And of course, it happened right when I was officially a senior citizen.
Yeah.
65. So, I mean.
You're
but look,
65? You look fucking great, Bill.
Yeah, you
66.
Yeah, no
thank you.
shit.
66.
Wow.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now, tell me, these guys know I like to dig in about workout regimens and diet and stuff. I'll bet you're pretty disciplined about exercising and what you put in your face.
Beyond disciplined. That is one thing you have to do if you want to live the kind of club random life I live. You're not going to.
Not to be confused with the special on April 15th.
No, that's right. Exactly. Yes, but I've never been a foodie, so it's good because.
Yeah, but you like to smoke, and it gets
Right.
real snacky late at night. How do you get past that?
Well, first of all, I think people think I smoke way more pot than I do.
Yeah.
I don't smoke every day. Never have. Never want to. That's too
This
much.
is already. already.
No, I mean, when you smoke that much, it doesn't work, and I want
Yeah.
it to work. I need pot. I'll admit that. I need pot for some very vital things that I do that I really don't want to do without it. So I save it
Cheech
for
and
that.
Chong movies.
What?
Cheech and Chong movies.
Yeah, you can't watch those sober.
I need it for that.
No, see, that's something I would never do is get
No, I
high
know, I
and
know,
watch
I
a
know.
movie. No, a lot of people
Good.
do.
I
But
know.
I use it for like more uplifting things, more important things.
Like driving.
Quickly.
I always have Bill. I always have people who go like, "Oh man, did you see that movie? Blah blah blah." And I go, "No, yeah, this fucking great." I go, "Were you high?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "I don't want to hear your fucking opinion." I don't want to hear your opinion if you're right.
Oh, Bill Maher, we don't want to take up any more of your time.
I
You've
mean, we
been so
do.
Come on,
kind.
that's
I feel like
it?
we're just getting juicy with him.
Wow.
I know.
You know, when
I
it goes
know.
by fast, Bill, it means it was good.
Yeah, it's
I hope
true.
so.
I think.
I mean, I would be crestfallen if I thought three guys who I admire as much as you, I let down in any way.
No.
Oh,
I
you're
hope
the
I didn't.
sweetest.
I don't
I love
buy
you to
it.
death. I
you
think you're amazing.
over-delivered. You over-delivered.
All right. Well, I'll know that's true if you invite me back.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, all right. We could do a two-parter.
Yeah, that's how I'll know if that's.
Well, maybe we'll just come over to Club Rando.
I would love that.
I could spend an hour talking about religion with you because
Oh, yes.
I sent you an email after
No, I
Religionless,
know.
and it just
You
kind
did
of
a
like
great- yeah,
totally
you-
enlightened me.
And you've done great things on religion. And you've also played both Larry and Jerry Lewis. So,
That's
you
right.
know.
All the Jews.
You
I
can't.
only play Jews.
And comics.
By the way, playing another one in this play.
You
A
are.
piano-playing Jew.
Oh, yeah.
Who you
Piano
play?
playing Jew. I'm playing Oscar Levant in a play out here in Chicago.
Oscar Levant. No, refresh my memory.
Exactly.
I know the name.
Oh.
Pianist.
Oh, he will. He will for 8 shows a week. He'll be refreshing your memory at the Steppenwolf Theater.
The Goodman.
The Goodman.
He was a pianist, right?
He was one of Jack Parr's favorite guests, and also a pianist and a drug addict and everything else.
Sounds like we're saying penis.
Piano man. And on that note, thank you, Billy.
All
you are
right, my
you are
pleasure.
so sweet to show
All
up.
right.
Bill,
Thank
thanks,
you, guys.
man.
Congrats
Thanks
on
so
your
much, Bill.
Big
We'll
success.
see you at Club Random.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
buddy.
We'll see you, Bill.
Okay.
He's that Bill Maher, right?
Yeah.
The guy he's a big brain. He makes me
Yeah.
he makes me think. You
He
know.
does
Oh,
make you
speaking
think.
of
Yeah,
think,
and you know what?
speaking
I
of
said it
think,
during-
have you guys tried the new think bars? Not the new, but just think bars in general are incredible.
Wow.
The kind that are the 20 grams of protein
laughing
and no
because we were
sugar.
talking about think
Those
bars
are my
before.
favorite.
Can I ask you a question
but,
before you go any further? Can I ask you a question? and I
anyway,
want you to
but
be
Bill
honest.
Maher is quite the brain.
Jason, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You need to be honest with me.
Okay. Yep.
Did you just run out of think bars?
I did well. I'm definitely low on think bars because I have at least one think bar a day. Because when I think
Jesus.
about it,
You think about it a lot.
you know, health is something you should think about, and then what the best thing to do is to package something that says the word "think" on it, because then there's a link there. So when you think,
Do you think Bill eats those?
boy, he looks like. I mean, his body. It looks like he's in great shape.
He is in great shape,
Yeah,
right?
He is in
Isn't he?
great
got it.
shape and he said he's what 65 in his 60s. He even said, but he looks
Boy,
like
your memory is terrible. He just said it. How old
You might
did he
need a
say
think
was,
bar.
Sean?
I mean, he's probably having the peanut butter ones.
Oh,
or the
God.
Oh
lemon
my
bar.
God, this is unbelievable.
All right, but wait a
Jason.
minute. Here's what I love about Bill, and then we can go back to the think bars.
No, we cannot go back to it.
Okay, then we don't think of it.
I'd like to go. Maybe we can talk about cryptocurrency. I'd love some. I'm fresh out of crypto, so
Jason, how am I going to get crypto on my NetJets, the best way to take your family cross
yeah, and
country.
listen, and JetEdge also.
I
is
love
an
JetEdge too. Actually, I got to
incredible,
admit. I got to admit.
And you know what they serve on those jets are Chips Ahoy. And
Chips-
Chips Ahoy are really...
Hey, really reach for the stars, Sean. Jesus Christ. I do want to say JetEdge is actually pretty great. And, I remember on Jason, I think we were on a JetEdge flight, and it was, first of all, it was just, price per hour was amazing, and it was
these
great,
people,
the service was incredible. And I remember looking and thinking, like, this has gone so smoothly, so quickly, and I look at my Rolex, and it tells the time so precisely. And I think to myself, is it right? I've crossed how many time zones, and the time is so precise.
But what's so great, when we landed, I got right into my Porsche, and I drove
Did
so
you?
fast home.
Yeah, you did.
Unbelievable.
Safely.
Yeah.
You got safely home.
All right.
What about
So
how
anyway.
Sean goes? What if Sean said, and then I got home, and I remember just getting home and thinking, like, all these Twizzlers for me.
It's Christmas over
but
Oh,
here.
wait,
real.
I do want to say this about Bill before we gotta say it, Bill, before we leave, is that I love that, and I mentioned it during the show, I love that he really is truly one of those guys who has his own show, who explores both sides of any argument, always, and to me, is fair about both sides.
Well, here's the thing. He's not scared of, let me just say this. He is a guy who has an opinion on a lot of stuff, and he says it. And I think that, part of it is, I don't know if sometimes he says it to instigate conversation, because that's kind of what he does.
Yeah.
But also he's willing to at least engage on topics that a lot of people don't want to engage
Right,
on.
on both sides too. So I think
Yes,
that would officially make him
Curious, at the very least.
intelligent. Or,
By the way, JetEdge, what a way to travel.
oh, and just to close the loop on JetEdge,
Yeah. Honestly, take your choice. I
it
mean,
does
whether
make
you're
you
going
think,
wide
Bars,
body
about
or
how you wanna
mid-heavy.
It makes you
travel.
bi-coastal.
Yeah, if you're going to go
Yeah,
mid-heavy.
exactly.
It's so much easier if you're bi-coastal.
guys, I got to roll X.
Yeah, I should Rolex too, because I got to go to Daytona pretty soon.
Yeah,
Rolex
okay,
Daytona,
so-
the best way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. You can choose to do it the old-fashioned way,
Mm-hmm.
or you can also think of do it we can be modern and buy crypto. Buy crypto now. Buy crypto. Buy it for me.
Smart. Less. Smart. Less.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Michael Grant Terry, Rob Armjarv, and Bennett Barbago.
Smart. Less.